What's up, Raider Nation? Welcome to TRU RAIDER Podcast. I'm your host, TRU RAIDER. Now, what I want to talk about today is the likelihood that there could be a possibility, there could be a world where Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams both end up on the Raiders. Now, I want to just do a disclaimer right now. This is not me saying that I want Davante Adams back. This is me saying that it is a possibility. Now, if you do not know, the Jets released wide receiver Davante Adams today, meaning that he is going to be a free agent. And I'm going to first tell you why I believe this could happen and what that looks like, and then I'm going to tell you why I believe that it won't. So, first off, the reasons why I think it could happen is that right now the Raiders are looking for a quarterback. And if you guys have watched my channel at all, I keep saying that our best option right now would be to draft Shedeur Sanders at number 6 because his draft stock is falling. So he's probably going to be there at number 6. I'd also be happy with a Jackson Dart, but to draft Shedeur Sanders at 6 and then pull in Aaron Rodgers in free agency. Now, what that does is that Aaron Rodgers, he's a good bridge guy for a year, 2-year kind of deal, right? And then you have the rookie quarterback take over after that. He's also going to be pretty cheap. But if you look at what happened with Davante Adams forced his way off the Las Vegas Raiders and he went over to the Jets. We got a third-round pick for him. Now, that third-round pick is still a pretty decent pick because the Jets are drafting number 7 overall. So, it's a good third-round pick. And one of the things that we did in that trade is we got rid of that contract. Now, that contract was an awful deal that Dave Ziegler and Josh McDaniels gave Davante Adams, where at the tail end of his deal, he was going to have a huge, I think it was like a $38 million cap hit, right? And the Jets took on his deal, all that kind of stuff happened. Now he's been cut by them, and that deal does not come with him now. So since Davante Adams is a free agent, there's a few things that Davante Adams is going to be looking for. He's going to be wanting to play with a proven coach. Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly, okay. Another thing that he's going to want is he's going to want to play with a proven quarterback. Now, all the rumors are saying that Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers are likely going to be a package deal. So if Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers come to the Raiders, then what's going to end up happening is Davante Adams is going to be coming on a fairly cheap deal, honestly. He's not going to be having a cap hit of $38 million. And part of the way that he could get back with Raider Nation, because he left here on a very sour note, would be to take a team-friendly deal. Now, Davante Adams has gotten paid, right? And it's easy for us to say, well, just take a pay cut, take a team-friendly deal. The thing is if you look at your current job, would you take a whole lot less money just to work somewhere that you want to work? Maybe. Probably not, right? But his stock has definitely dropped. His production on the Raiders was not absolutely wonderful. And then he went over to the Jets, and it didn't look super great over there. So right now, what Davante Adams is doing is ring chasing. Now, he could be looking into other areas. He could be looking at the Niners. He could be looking at the Rams. There's a lot of other things he could do, which are probably more likely, right? But there is the possibility he grew up a Raiders fan. And if the Raiders are signing Aaron Rodgers, he could say, I want to go back to the Raiders, because the whole thing that he wanted when he was playing with the Raiders is he wanted a good quarterback. He wanted a competent offensive coordinator. And even though he, acted like he liked AP and stuff like that, I think what he really wanted was to get away from Josh McDaniels. He wanted a competent coach. Now, all of those things are there, right? So if that's the scenario, we end up with Aaron Rodgers for cheaper than what he has been, Davante Adams for cheaper than what he has been, and we got the Jets' third-round pick. pretty good deal for the Raiders, honestly. If this happens, I'm not going to be mad about it. Now, do I think it's actually going to happen? Probably not. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One of those is that Davante Adams really left Raider Nation on a sour note. And his ego probably wouldn't allow him to even consider trying to come back and mend those fences, right? But another one is that I don't know that the Raiders would want him back. I think it's more likely that we end up with a trade for DK Metcalf, with the Seahawks, than to bring in a Davante Adams. I think that it would be kind of a bad move, honestly, because even though he would be cheaper than he was on his last contract, he's still going to be pretty expensive. And another piece of that is we had Jacoby Myers had over 1,000 yards receiving with 0 drops. And then Brock Bowers, rookie tight end, came in here and was obviously the number one target. He broke a bunch of records. And if Davante Adams came back, he's not going to be Mr. number one target anymore. And I don't think he's really going to like that because he wants to go to a place where he's going to be the for sure number one guy. I honestly believe that. But if you put him in an offense with a Brock Bowers and a Jacoby Myers, which he was already in, but with somebody like Aaron Rodgers throwing the football, it actually makes it to where he could have an easier time getting open because let's face it, he's getting up there in age. He's not as fast as he used to be. He's not as good at getting separation as he used to be, and he had a whole lot of drop problems, right? So, there's a lot to this, you guys, and I usually don't like to make videos that are like kind of way out there like this, but, just kind of looking at the news of Davante Adams getting released, it really made me think like, wow, this could actually happen. And since this could actually happen, I had to get on here and talk about it, man. I'm not going to be live tonight for the Talk About Raiders Tuesday. I got some stuff going on, so I figured I'd go ahead and make a video. Let me know what you guys think about this, man. Would you be mad, right? I know a lot of people don't want Davante Adams and a lot of people don't want Aaron Rodgers. But if we got them both on a pretty team-friendly deal, what does that look like for you? What does that look like for Raiders, right? Because that still leaves us with draft capital, whether we get a rookie quarterback, right? It looks like Shedeur Sanders is tanking to get to the Raiders instead of the Raiders tanking to get to Shedeur, right? There's still Ashton Genty there at the top. There's still very good defensive prospects. There's a lot of things that could happen with this, man, and it's very intriguing to me. They keep saying that we are in win now mode, and who is more on a timeline of winning right now than Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams? So let me know, man. Let me know if you think that this is even a possibility. What percentage do you think that there's a 50% chance, a 70% chance, a 10% chance? What do you guys think? Like always, I love you, nation. I'll catch you on the next one.